Just 2 days before general election in Pakistan, another candidate has been targeted. This time, Imran Khan's PTI candidate from PK99 constituency. Ikramullah Khan has been targeted in a car bomb blast. The blast occurred when PTI candidate was on his way to a corner meeting near Tehreek-e-Insaf Khan in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. His driver and a policeman were injured in that blast. Meanwhile, in another attack, the JUIF leader Akram Khan Durrani was also targeted for the second time when unidentified assailants opened fire on his vehicle in the Bannu district. Durrani, who is the former Khyber Pakhtunkhwa chief minister, remained unhurt in that attack. On July 13, Akram Durrani survived an IED blast that targeted a corner meeting in Bannu, killing 4 people. Joining me live is Anas Malik, Bureau Chief from Pakistan. Anas, what more details do we have at this point?
Well, absolutely. There have been 2 unfortunate attacks. First at the PTI former Agriculture Minister of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Mr. Ikramullah Khan, near Tehreek-e-Insaf Khan, where he was on his way to a corner meeting. Initial reports suggested that it was an IED blast, but now police sources there, what we're picking up from our police sources in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa police, they say that it can be the possible suicide explosion as well. However, they're yet to ascertain and they're yet to give a final word as to what was the nature of the explosion, whether it was an IED plantation or whether it was a suicide explosion. In a second incident that was in Bannu district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, that is roughly 45 minutes from the main city of Peshawar, the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, the former chief minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Akram Khan Durrani, and he's the leading leader of JUIF, which is part of the right-wing alliance of MMA. He was targeted. Now, this is the second attack on Akram Khan Durrani. On July 13th, we saw an attack, an IED explosion at his carcade as well. In that incident, he remained unhurt. And on July 13th, let me just walk you through. On July 13th, we saw one of the most barbaric attacks and one of the most saddest attacks in Pakistan's history. It targeted an election rally in Balochistan, in Mastung area, that is roughly about 45 to 50 minutes from Quetta. We saw the death toll, the official death toll is about 149. From there, the Balochistan Awami Party's candidate on PK35, Siraj Raisani, was targeted. So Pakistan in recent time has been the Pakistani elections have not been very safe. We saw the ANP candidate Harun Bilor being targeted just 2 days before on July the 11th. And then 2 days after, we saw two of the most barbaric attacks on July 13th. And then we've been seeing a recent wave of attacks on candidates, those who are due to contest elections, which are due to take place in about 3 days from now here in Pakistan. Yes, Jessica.
Right, Anas, and as you mentioned, even though the security is beefed up, these attacks still seem to be taking place. So what is the security mechanism really, and how will they tackle all this?
Well, we recently saw that the Chief Justice of Pakistan had ordered to remove security from unnecessary persons, as the order said, and that it should be given to only to those people who are genuinely under the threat list. As a result of which we saw security being withdrawn from a lot of political figures, including that of Harun Bilor, who died in an unfortunate suicide blast on July the 11th. Now, the Election Commission has repeatedly written to the provincial heads of police and the IGs of the different provinces. They've asked to provide at least 2 policemen with each candidate. But what has to be kept in mind that with over 1,200 contestants fielding, with over 1,200 contestants running in the general election race, it is practically impossible, because the Pakistani security apparatus, it is the civilian security apparatus, it is not that strengthened, including the police system, it is not that strengthened. The reason we see the army has been indulging in the security bit, but it cannot guarantee much on the candidates, as a result of which we saw attacks on the PMLN leadership as well. Sheikh Waqas Akram was targeted. We saw attacks on the ANP leadership, one that in Peshawar, one that in Balochistan. Then we saw repeated attacks on the JUIF and MMA leadership, that of Akram Khan Durrani. So in general, the election wave, it has not been very safe, it has not been very secure for the contesting candidates.
Right, and that is one thing we'll keep an eye on. Thank you, Anas Malik, for joining us and giving us those details.